up there trying to... You need to... All right. When you... Very important thing. When you're discussing it with a rhythm section, you must always use the concert key. So, what key are you in?
D.
D, but that's always a scary thing. Do you call the relative major if you're in a minor key, or do you call minor? What would you like to hear? If I told you, if I said D, I think you might presume I was in D minor.
B minor.
I would always say B minor. So if you're in B minor, what key are they in? All right. If you're uncertain, if you're uncertain, all right. This is an incredible learning process. This is something you all need to take in. Thank you for doing this. This is really helpful for me displaying all the kind of pitfalls that you might fall against. If you're in B minor, which is your first chord here,
but I'd only know that position there.
Okay.
I wouldn't have been able to work that out.
But can you write? Have you got that? You can write with a pen and a pencil.
Yes.
Right.
Sure.
I am in B minor. Concert key is D minor. Write it on the chart.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Doesn't embarrass you in any way. It's just written on the chart. So you can turn around and say, D minor. Is that okay?
Right. Is that what they're in? D minor.
Right. All right. What kind of saxophone is that?
It's an alto saxophone.
And what's it also known as? Something.
E flat. E flat.
All right. That's your clue.
Yeah.
That means if you play a scale of C, what you can see starting on the note that you're told is a C, what is the sound that actually physically comes out in concert?
It's if I play a C, it's E flat.
Okay. So what's the difference between the C and
it's
D?
5 semitones. Is it more?
3.
3, is it? Oh no, it's 5 going from there. Sorry.
3.
Oh, sorry, I missed. It's 5 going up to the tenor, isn't it? And it's
No. Okay.
I thought it was only 3 down. Oh, it's only 3. I don't know that. It's 3 down.
You're playing C. What's coming
It's your
out?
fault.
And semitones. 3 semitones.
Yes.
Okay. It's all right. It doesn't matter. But lock that in your head. No, that's fine. I'm putting you under pressure because when you walk on stage in front of an audience to play, you're under pressure.
Yes.
So this is real. This is real. In fact, this is slightly less pressure than if they people that would just pay 250 quid each to come and see you.
So that's not good.
It's pressure. So it's pressure. It's all pressure. And these are all the things, you know when I said come to the jam session and be prepared. Be prepared. So know what tune you're going to play, know what key it's in, know what key you're going to tell the rhythm section to record in. Otherwise you end up with huge, horrible gaps going on and things like this while you discuss it. Or you sit there playing a couple of notes and you work out where it is. That's all embarrassing. There's nothing worse than the singer that turns up to the jam session and says, I'd like to sing Misty. I said, what key? I don't know. So he says, well, sing me a bit. Oh, yeah, oh, that's all right. All right, really G boys, all right. That's horrible.
Derek,
That's horrible.
Can you give us the tip as to how you've got 2 sharps on there,
Yeah.
which I say D, but how you know what minor key it is? Because no, it's minor in my head, but
Okay, well,
what's the tip to...
the relative minor is actually, the interesting thing is, the relative minor is also, if you're an alto player, is also the key that they're playing in. So
Yeah, that's what I noticed.
that's a
but
bit, well, it is literally that. The relative minor is always a minor third down. So if you're in A minor, the key signature will be a C, because it's always minor third down, which is exactly the same as the transposition for an alto saxophone.
Right.
So if you wanted to play sometime in A minor, you would tell the band you were in C minor.
Okay.
And so, it's always the same. It's always the same transposition. You've just got to know it's a tone when you're on a tenor. It's a minor third.
You've got to remember which way. I sometimes go the wrong way.
Ah.
I'm trying to, essentially.
In both cases.
Mentally, I can't.
Okay. In both. What's the? You're making me think because I don't think. I just
exactly.
Know. So I'm actually thinking how to explain it.
Yeah.
If you're in A minor, the key signature is a C. It's always a minor third higher. Yeah? And also, the key signature that you tell the band is always a minor third higher.
Right.
So it's always, you're always going up.
So from what we do, we go up.
From what you do, you go up. And both of those instances. And I'm really having to think about this because I don't. It just is.
It's a snap.
It's like I've learnt it parrot fashion, and it's so ingrained in it. I'm really having to think because you're at the stage of still having to think about it. This is the driving
You
lesson,
see
not
how
the driving.
we're all sort of, this is a
It's always minor third up. Okay, so if you're in B minor, you know that because of course the C signature is a D, a minor third up, but you're in B minor. So I would, on a minor tune, I would never take the risk of telling the rhythm section the relative major. I wouldn't do that. I think that would go horribly wrong. And it has gone horribly wrong when I've done it in the past. I would always say, we're doing Summertime and we're doing it in D minor. Yeah?
And then they'll do it in the
I think that's...
Then they'll do the right
I
thing.
think the problem is sometimes that people at this level don't know if they're in a major or minor key necessarily.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know if you're in...
Which is, I think, what your question was, wasn't it? I think that's what you were questioning, is how do you know if it's too
Well, I
short,
can
D
hear
major
that, yeah. I mean, somehow I know
I
that Misty's
would never,
minor, but...
ever. That's not a golden rule. Don't look at the last note and say, oh, well, that must be the key signature in the last note of the tune. Absolutely not.
No, because if you've got an idea and then you look at that, it's going to sort of...
It can give you an idea. You should know in your head whether a tune is major or minor. So if
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
That's minor.
Major or minor? Hands up for major. Hands up for minor.
That's Misty, isn't it?
That's Misty.
Yeah.
But you played in major.
It sounded like...
No, it is major.
It sounded major.
Misty is major.
Yeah.
It just sounded like
It puts in that
sounded dark.
minor.
Sounded dark.
Is that dark?
It's bright.
That's right. Little chirpy birds.
Yeah.
Sometimes sounds quite
In mist.
Yes, it
That's minor.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, in a way, if you're not certain, start humming the tune through in your head. Is this major or minor? Does this sound like... Is it a minor-y sort of dark Slavic thing, or is it... Yeah? So, and if you're not certain, write it on your chart. This is a minor tune. This is in B minor. The rhythm section are in D minor. So these are the kind of preparatory works. Before you go to your next jam session, you call a tune. Make sure you know what key you're about to play in, whether it's major or minor. Make sure you know what key the rhythm section are in, and make sure you tell them beforehand. Okay, we now know we're in B minor. They're in D minor, because you told them. And I'm going to play Summertime. And how are you going to do it?
I'm going to start slowly.
And then go quicker.
I am putting you on the spot here, so because I think it's a learning exercise.
I'm just going to make the intro a bit slowly and then
The intro or whole chorus? No. Would you like the chance to decide halfway through?
yeah, it's like, can I
can do.
Yeah.
So what I would say in circumstances like this is start it out a tempo, and I'll bring it in when I feel like it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So that means I'll decide when we come back into a rhythm tempo. But until that moment,
I think the whole first chorus is going to be slow and then coming up lighter.
okay. Okay. You don't necessarily have to tell them that. If you tell them that I'll bring it into tempo, it means keep your eyes on me, and I'll decide when it's going to come in. Because I could do it at any stage I wanted to. Probably on a tune like Summertime, which is quite a short tune, a whole chorus is probably absolutely fine. If I was going to play Misty at tempo, I could probably do this. And let me have a go at this, and then you can probably pick up some ideas of what you're about to do some time ago. At tempo, and I'll decide. Leave a pause for dramatic effect. People are scared, they don't know what's going to happen. I've got damage limitation exercise. What's going on? So, the way I brought it into tempo there was I decided to play the melody. I had changed the melody, so instead of playing, I played it.